It's National Teachers Appreciation Week, and today is day 2, and I have a very special guest because she was my English teacher here at Puente High School, Mrs. Leanne Huey. Thank you so much for
My
being back
pleasure.
to LPHS. When's the last time you've been back at LP?
Probably 10 months ago or so, I dropped in to visit
Oh, that's right.
a vet.
Yeah, because we were trying to get a hold of each other.
I visited her in the front office.
I remember that.
Yeah.
What subjects?
I taught English, reading, special ed, and English second language.
You want to tell us a story of how you came to LP?
When I was in graduate school in Arizona, I talked to a recruiter. And the old story, they made you an offer you can't refuse. It was a very, very good offer. I was at the time engaged to be married, so I came out here with a girlfriend and figured I would just really be here for a little while, and ended up staying forever, it seemed.
And how many years is that?
37.
So you started in the fall of
69.
and left in the spring of
2006.
6. That's a long time.
Yes.
That's like legend status.
Yes, I was either very smart or very stupid. Toss up.
You know, it's funny. One thing I do remember being in your class, like you would think you do this a lot. You're like,
Oh, I chewed on my glasses, yeah.
I don't know why this like
Yeah, I did.
16-year-old remembers like
I
that of
always-
my teacher. Like,
I did.
So one organization that you were involved here while your time at Puente High School was a very huge organization, an original organization,
Girls League.
Girls League.
Yes, I loved everything it stood for. I loved the camaraderie that it created with the girls and the friendships that we could see developing. The leadership that it taught for the girls that had officer positions, and in most cases the girls started their freshman year and they went all the way through, which was very nice because a lot of the girls I did not have in classes, so it was my way also of meeting them. And we made some money, and we raised some money, and we had a great winter formal.
Yeah,
every
you guys
year.
were the one that held on. You put on the winter formal.
Yeah, we did the winter formal.
Yeah, and Girls League, from
And we
what I
did the
remember,
frosh frolic.
yes, which, let me tell you, I think I was kind of jealous. I think a lot of boys were jealous of the Frosh Frolics because, wait, a lot of you guys don't know out there, Frosh Frolics was an all-girls event.
Yeah, it's an all-girls event.
It was to welcome the freshmen, right?
Primarily, yeah. It was
popular.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It was popular,
very, very
and I was very
popular.
jealous.
It was very popular. It was sort of a costume party for girls, and it was always held around the Halloween era.
Yeah.
And we had, the freshmen came as babies, the sophomores came as little girls, I think. I can't
Yeah, it
remember.
was little girls.
The juniors came as teenagers, and the seniors came as old ladies.
Yeah.
And then there were games, and there was food, and there were trust-building activities, and it was not a long event. It was held during the week, and it was probably maybe from 5 to 8 in the evening, it was fun.
I remember my years, Mr. Rebo was hosting.
Oh,
it.
yeah, he was our MC.
I remember
Our
when my
MC.
sister and my cousins would go, I'd be so jealous. It's so fun.
Oh, I also did daisy chain for a lot of years.
Right. We still have
Mrs.
it.
Davis and I did daisy chain for a
Miss
lot
Davis.
of years.
I love Miss Davis.
Yeah, she was a
My
dear friend.
yearbook, my
too.
yearbook advisor.
So that was another thing.
So in all your years here, you met a lot of teachers. Is there teachers, LPHS teachers that you still keep in touch with?
Yes, I do. Several sadly have passed away in the last few years. I had lunch today with Mrs. Cerulovich. I used to talk to Mr. Magallanes quite a bit. Mrs. Thompson was a dear friend who passed away. Occasionally I hear from whatever with Mr. Rebolt, Mr. Slakey, keep in touch with.
Very funny.
Yeah.
If you can pick, out of all your years here, one grad class that sticks out to you, what grad class would that be?
See, that's really, really hard.
They might be watching.
Well, yeah. So there were a lot of kids from the first, 5 or 6 years of my life. I think those were very, very important to me. Then we got into class size. Everything was so huge. Then I think probably the last 2 years I taught. 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was going to be retiring.
Yeah.
So that became more important.
Now, is there a student out there that sticks out in your memory?
There's
that maybe they're watching?
Okay, one I occasionally keep in touch with on Facebook, and that would be Doreen Rodriguez, used to be Doreen Jackson, who lives in Texas right now. And she was wonderful. She was a darling. My second, third year teaching, I had a student named Lori Wardell, and I would love to be able to get in touch with her again. It's been many moons. I don't know where she is.
If you went to school with Lori.
Lori Wardell.
If you went to school, if you know her.
Heidi Villa was a student that sticks out in my mind. There were
Heidi Villa, okay.
There were-
Hopefully they're watching, or someone that knows them
There were a
can
lot
message
of-
this page. And I'll relay the message to Mrs. Huey. Okay, so your final year was the spring of 2006. How did it come to be that your last year?
I knew by the time in the fall of 2005, that it was time for me to consider it. That
You just knew.
I just knew. I think you do know.
Yeah.
I just knew it was time. And 37 years was a long time. And so I knew that last year was going to be my last year. So it was probably one of my best years teaching. I loved it. It was time for the youngins to come up and start doing their thing and to become, the old guard then.
The young Carrie Hopkins trad.
Carrie Hopkins trad, yes.
the young
Carrie to come up and take over.
Right? That's cool. What is Mrs. Huey up to now?
My husband and I and our dog. We travel. We've done a lot of traveling. Well, we did a lot of traveling before I retired because Mrs. Thompson and Mrs. McGurk, who was here, we used to take usually seniors to Europe for spring break. And then we bought a fifth wheel RV to pull behind a big truck, and we started doing the national parks and did that for 6 years.
That must be fun. To go Yosemite?
We went to every park, every national park. We would take 6 or 7 weeks, and we did every national park from the Mississippi River west.
I love Yosemite.
We did that for 6 years, so that is what I'm doing right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Huey, for coming back.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Honestly,
It's been fun.
it's an honor to have you back because you were my teacher, and it's fun. I haven't seen her in 30 years. Last time she seen me, I didn't have any grays. I know.
And I think I had darker hair.
Yeah, you did. I remember,
Oh, yes.
Your hair was the same. I just remember it was
Miracles of modern science.
Yeah. Thank you so much, for sure.
My pleasure.